Namaste students. Welcome again to English Grammar Bridge course. In the previous class, we had seen what is a sentence, sentence structure and subject-verb agreement. Today, let's revise what is verb. So here we have a PPT presentation. You can say a verb is a kind of word. Of course, you are familiar with the parts of speech. So verb is a part of speech that tells about an action or a state. And a verb is very important in a sentence. Its form, tense and number, we should understand, especially the speaker and the listener, they should understand about this. Today, we are going to see about different forms of verbs. So we have verb forms. Verbs have 5 forms. So here I have presented those 5 forms in a tabular form. You can see the first one. The first form is present tense, second form is past tense, third form past participle, fourth form present participle, fifth form to infinitive or bare infinitive. So you can see in the first column I have written few verbs. Now you can see blanks over here. Those blanks are for you. Why? Because you have learned this since your childhood. We are just revising. So let's see the first one. See. Present tense see. Sees. Past tense saw. Third form is past participle seen. Present participle seeing. To infinitive to see and bare infinitive see. In the same way, I will be using this tabular form now and then. I will be displaying on the screen. You have to solve the remaining blanks. Okay, so here we have just revised about 5 verb forms, which are those present tense, past tense, past participle, present participle, and last one is to infinitive or bare infinitive. If you just see the first one, of course we are going to see about this in detail, but the third one and the fourth one, they cannot be used as it is. Example first, I see, I write, I eat, I run. It can be used as it is, and that gives us present tense. Second tabular form, if you see, saw, I wrote, I ate, I threw. This also can be used as it is. But the third and the fourth tabular form, if you see, that is past participle and present participle, we cannot use this verb as shown in the form. And there we use auxiliary verbs. Now what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are nothing else but helping verbs. A verb used in forming the tenses, moods and voices of other verbs are called as auxiliary verbs. And there are 2 types of auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliary and modal auxiliary. So let's first see what are primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliary be. We have 3 primary auxiliaries, be, have and do. So first we'll see be. Be itself has got 5 forms. You can see over here, it is used as is, it is used as are, it is used as am, it is also used as was and were. So we are going to see about these be forms, how they are used in a sentence. Okay? Be in a singular form, is, as we have learned in the previous chapter about subject and verb agreement. When subject is singular, it takes singular verb. The same if you see is. Is a singular number and it agrees only with he, she and it. What is he, she and it? They are nothing else but pronouns of the third person. He is, or he is writing, she is dancing. So she, if it comes, we use is. He, it comes, we use is. At the same time, it, we use is. They are third person pronouns. Next we see be in the are form. This, if you see, it's a plural number, a plural verb. And this plural verb are agrees with we. Now we is the first form, first person, you, second person, and they, third person. So if you say, okay, we are playing. You are playing. They are playing. The same way, am. Now, am is singular number and agrees only with I. We have done it yesterday. I am fine. I am a boy. I am a girl. We don't say I is, I are. Okay? So this was about primary auxiliary be. Here you have for a few examples. What happens if you skip this primary auxiliary be? You students. So what does it mean? What does it mean? You students. It doesn't make any sense. See the next sentence. You are students. I have underlined the word are. What is this are? It's a primary auxiliary. If you don't use a primary auxiliary, it really changes or it doesn't give any meaning to a sentence. That's why we have told verb is very, very important in a sentence. I, a teacher. Does it make any sense? No. So, I am a teacher. Am is a form of be, it's a form of be primary auxiliary. In English, the be forms are written separately. And that's why it's very difficult to translate English into other regional languages or local languages word to word. Forms of be, as we have just discussed, am, is, are, was and were. And you have also heard about being and being. So being and being are the participle forms of be. Even that also we use wherever it is necessary. Okay? So this was regarding primary auxiliary be. Now we have primary auxiliary have. Have is a plural verb, plural number, and it agrees with pronoun I. Here I, though it is a singular, we have seen yesterday, we cannot say I are, I is. It goes with actually I has or I, like some other words cannot be used. We cannot use has. I have. So I have an examination. Plural number agrees with pronoun I. Here form is plural but its sense is singular. That's why I have an examination. Have also agrees with we, you and they. We is the first person pronoun. You is the second person pronoun. They is the third person pronoun. So it agrees with we, you and they. Now we have has. Has is the past form. It is a singular number and it goes with again the third person pronoun, that is he, she and it. So this was regarding primary auxiliary have. Next is primary auxiliary do. Do is a plural number or you can say plural verb which agrees with I and we. First person pronouns. Agrees with you, that is second person pronoun. Agrees with they, third person pronoun. Normally do, if you see, we use do for questioning also, when you form questions. Do you have a pen? So do you have a pen? We don't say does you have a pen. Why? Because does is a singular number and it agrees only with he, she and it. What are those? They are third person pronouns. So it was regarding primary auxiliary do. Now we have the other form of auxiliary. These were these three primary auxiliaries. Now we are going to say about what is modal auxiliary verb. Now what is modal auxiliary verb? It's a type of verb which is used to indicate modality. That is likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestion, order, advice or obligation. You have heard about could, can, will, would, shall, should, may, must, might. These are all modal auxiliaries. Let's see now modal auxiliaries over here. The forms which we have present tense, past tense, third form is past participle, fourth form is present participle and last is to infinitive. And if you see, third, fourth and fifth are blank. I have not kept blank for you to solve, but I have put dash over there because we cannot change these forms into third, fourth and fifth. Means it has got some defect. And that's why these words, these modal auxiliary words are called as defective verbs. Shall we try? Will becomes would. Okay, will present tense, would becomes past tense. What will you make for past participle? Can we try anything? No, it's out of sense. So they are called as defective verbs. So let's try one exercise over here. Pronoun he, she and it. Now he, she and it are actually third person pronoun. So he, she and it, they always take, their verbs, they always take either S, ES or IES forms. We have some examples over here. We are going to solve it. Of course, we are going to solve it. If you see in the first one, he, in the bracket they have given run. Now such examples, such solutions you have solved a lot in your grammar examinations, or you can say in your English examination where you have a grammar part and ma'am gives right suitable verb forms, right? And it's very, very easy. So let's see what is the first one. You write he runs. So what will be the spelling of runs? R-U-N-E-S, R-U-N-S, R-U-N-S-S. No, you are familiar. R-U-N-S is runs. It is well known to us and there are certain rules. These rules I have mentioned here down there. We'll just go through it afterwards. So here, first one is he runs. Spelling will be R-U-N-S, runs. She runs. It runs. Okay. Now he, in the bracket we have the word carry. What will be the spelling of carry? Carries. C-A-R-R-I-E-S. He carries. She carries. Now you have push. The word push. Push is there over here? No. So let's see some rules over here. For X ending, we use ES. Can you give an example? Let's take a noun, F-O-X. We are familiar with this. F-O-X, fox. Fox ends with X. So what do we say? F-O-X-E-S. Foxes. Okay? Ox, oxes. Same way, the word which ends with X gets ES as addition. The word which ends with SS, ES addition. The word which ends with H, ES addition. Push. What is the word? Push, P-U-S-H. So it is ES. So here it is. He pushes. She pushes. It pushes. Okay. H-O. Now you have seen potato. Potato will take ES. Potatoes. What are these ES? They are suffix. The words which we add in the last part are called suffix. So pronouns he, she and it will always have the main verbs in either S, ES or IES forms. They are inflectional suffix or grammatical suffix. So now same tabular form which we had used in second slide, we are going to use it again. I have kept this all again blank so that now and then when you see this slide, just in your mentally just fill in those blanks. Okay, let's see. Let us analyze the 5 forms of verbs again. Let us analyze the 5 forms of verbs again. Which are those 5 forms? Present tense form. Second is past tense form. Third is past participle form. Fourth is present participle form. And the last one is to infinitive or bare infinitive form. So let's see the first one. We'll just analyze the first one. See, write, eat, run, swim. Of course, you have to make you have to fill in those boxes. If we use those words, eat, write and runs. We eat mangoes. They write letters. He runs fast. We have not made any changes in the verb eat, write and runs. So they are used as it is, and this first form helps us to make simple present tense. That is what we have made over here, simple present tense. We eat mangoes. They write letters. He runs fast. The first form and the second form of a verb are tense forms too. First form is which form? First form is present tense form. Second form is past tense form. So we use these verbs as it is as the verbs in a sentence. The first one helps us to make simple present tense. Second one, saw, wrote, ate, threw. If we use this, yes, if you see I have underlined those verbs over here, we use as it is. I saw him yesterday. You drew that picture. She threw her jewels. And they help us to make us simple past tense. These are simple past tense sentences. Next, let's see third form and fourth form. The third form and fourth form, if you see, we have the words, we have converted see into seen, write into written, eat into eaten, and then you are going to do it. So, seen, written and eaten cannot be used as it is. And as I have told you in the starting, for these verbs, we have to use some helping verbs, and those helping verbs are called as auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs, again I am repeating, there are two types of auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. So here let's see some example. The third form, that is past participle of a verb, is not a verb by itself in any sentence. It is helped by auxiliary verb. It will be third form a verb. Example. Now here we have examples. Of course, here all of those underlined words are not verbs. You will understand how it is that. I have a broken scale. Now, in this, which is the verb? Broken. You all know it. You are well familiar. See at the sentence. Read the sentence. I have a broken scale. Here, have is the verb. What is I? If you go to just divide the sentence into subject and predicate, I is a subject. If you remember the previous class. Okay, fine. So, I is a subject, have is verb, a broken scale. How is the scale? Scale is broken. So, broken, if you remember, it's adjective. The word which describes noun, the word which describes pronoun, or you have in detail about, you have learned about it. I will not confuse with adjective now, but here you know what is adjective. So, here adjective is what? Here broken, and scale is the object. Of course, the entire broken scale is the object, but here scale is noun, broken is adjective. So, I have a broken scale. Here we have not used this form. This is not acting here as a verb. It is adjective. Next is I have broken a scale. Here, yes, you can say I have broken. Have broken is the verb. Broken is taking the help of have broken. I broken a scale. We don't use I broken a scale. So I have broken a scale. In the same way, you have he has a torn shirt. He has a torn shirt. Here, torn is not the verb. Torn is adjective. He has a torn shirt. But last sentence, if you see, he has torn a shirt. So has torn is what? Here, it's a verb. So let us analyze the above examples. Just now we have discussed. In example first and third, the third form broken tone is preceded by a and not by an auxiliary verb. Just now I told you, it is not. It has a is article over here. First sentence. Third sentence also has got a before the word tone. A is not an auxiliary verb. So this is, we have already discussed now. So what the sentence says is, not an auxiliary verb. Therefore, the third form broken and tone are not verbs in example 1 and 3. We have already done it. Second, if they are not used as verbs, find out what they are. What do they describe? Just now I have just told you. Recall what I told you and then write this. Just you can answer those blanks. Broken scale, what does it describe? Torn shirt, and they are called as dash. What is that? Past participle form of a verb used as a describing word. In sentence 2 and 4, we have already done this. We are just reading what is there. Actually, this will help you to retain in your brain. In sentence 2 and 4, the third form, broken and tone, you can say, are preceded by auxiliary verb have. Hence, broken and tone are used as verbs, auxiliary verb plus main verb. Now, find out the tenses of this verb. I have a broken scale. I have a broken scale? I'll not tell the answer. You have to recall about those things which you have learned and which tense is this. You have to jot it down, or you can just answer orally. I have broken a scale. I have a torn shirt. I have torn a shirt. Same sentences we are taking here. I've just asked the same sentences. I've asked you to identify which tense of verbs they have used here. Which tenses are those? The fourth form, that is present participle form of a verb, same thing, is not again used as a verb by itself. Even that also requires auxiliary. Okay, if it is preceded by an auxiliary verb, it will be a verb. Example here, we are eating. They have been singing. She has been painting. He was playing cricket yesterday. If you take the simple present tense of eating, eat. Singing, sing. Painting, paint. Playing, play. But here they have used the present participle of a verb. If you remember the tabular form, I'll just play the next slide. Okay, we are looking at fourth form of, that is present participle. Here what you see is we have used gerunds. See, ing, seeing. Write, writing. Eat, eating. So all those words, if you see just now we were just having a look at those sentences. We are eating, she is playing, they have been playing, singing, she has been painting, he was playing cricket yesterday. So we have used the fourth form, it is present participle form of verb. Look at the following examples. We have drawing books. She has painting brushes. Now here drawing and painting, will you call them as verbs? Because if you see they have auxiliary over here, if you see they have auxiliary verbs over here. So will you call this as verbs? Let's have a look. She have drawing books. In the above sentences, drawing and painting describe books. They are describing their adjectives used for books. Brushes, adjective, painting brushes. What type of brushes? Painting brushes. So they are describing the books and brushes, and that's why they are not here as verbs, they are here as adjectives. So not to get confused, many times you may say yes, they act as verbs, but no, here they are not acting as verbs. Note that have and has are not auxiliaries. They show possession. I have. She has. It shows possession. So in this case, these are not verbs. Not to get confused. Gerunds, as I told you, ing. Fourth form, in that only we have seen ing we use. Painting. Painting is easy. Whether here painting, is it a verb? No. It's a subject over here. Painting is easy. We like painting. Here is it a verb? No. We, subject, like, verb, painting is object. In the first one, if you say painting is subject, is verb, verb, and easy is object. Painting is easy. We like painting. Sorry, is easy is verb. And last one, they are fond of painting. They is subject, are fond is verb, of is preposition, and the last one is object. So if you say same word acting differently in different sentences. So you can just see the explanation. In sentence 1, gerund is subject of the verb is. Painting is easy. Second sentence we have as an object, as I told you. And again, third sentence, we have painting as an object of the preposition, preposition of. So in the above examples, present participle form of verb is not used as verb, but it is used as verbal noun. Form of a verb doing the function of a noun is a verbal noun. That is gerunds. So not to get confused with, if you see a word with ing, it is a fourth form of verb. No, you should just read it, try to understand what action it or what work it does in a sentence, and then decide whether it's a verb or noun or object, or you can say adjectives. So infinitive form, it's the fifth column we had last. To infinitive and bare infinitive. Do you want to miss my classes? So here if you see I have underlined to miss. No sir, we don't want to miss your classes. You want me to take more classes? Let me take more sessions. If you see to miss, to take, and the last one is take. The last column, the fifth column, to miss, to take are infinitives, and take is a bare infinitive. Here I have mentioned it. In sentence 1, 2 and 3, to miss and to take are used as infinitives. What infinitives they are used? They are used two infinitives. Whether take is what? The fourth sentence take is used as infinitive, bare infinitive. Okay. So next we'll see about this. You can just solve it. They like dash cricket. They like to play cricket or they like play cricket. Let them play cricket or to play cricket. He tries to escape or only escape from here. Let him not escape or let him not to escape. It's very easy, I've already done it. So these are infinitives. Now, using the different forms of verbs, we construct 12 tenses. Of course, about tenses we'll be doing in the next class. We'll just see some sentences. We write letters. It is a simple present tense. We are writing letters. It is a simple continuous tense. We have written letters. It is simple perfect present perfect tense. The last one, present perfect continuous tense. Here we have 4 tenses. In the same way, you all know that you have learned about 12 tenses. So using these different forms of verbs, it helps us to make us 12 different forms of sentences. Same thing I explained over here. Write is used to make simple present tense. Writing is used to make present continuous tense. It is R. Written is used to make present perfect. Writing is used to make present perfect continuous because they have been used by auxiliaries, and also we have participle of be. Have been, have, are, and of course the first in the first one we have used, it is a simple, so there is no use of auxiliary over there. We write letters, right? Here we have, we wrote letters. Second form is used in the simple, to make simple past tense. We wrote letters. We were writing letters. We were writing letters. Writing is the noun, but it has taken a here. What is this? It's a primary auxiliary. Fourth form, writing, and with auxiliary were is used to make past continuous. Had written. Third form, written, is used to make past perfect. Had been writing. Fourth form, writing, with auxiliary had been to make past perfect continuous. In the same way, you realize we are using all those forms of verbs to make past tense, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. So we have finished this, just revising 8 tenses. The last one is future tense. We will write letters. Third form with auxiliary will plus, we will write letters is future tense. First form with auxiliary to make simple future tense. We will be writing letters. Fourth form with auxiliary will plus be to make future continuous. We will have written letters. Third form with auxiliary will plus have to make future perfect. The last one, We will have been writing letters, fourth form with auxiliary will plus have plus been to make future perfect continuous. So this is the fourth, you can see remaining 4 forms of future tense. So all together 12 tenses is just a small exercise. Of course, I am going to send you the PDF of this to solve the exercises, just to revise what we have already done it. So this was verb. Today we have just discussed, or not discussed, we have revised verb, forms of verb, and with this we end up this English grammar class today. Wait till the next class. Thank you very much and have a good day.